Well, hello there, and a very happy new year, and welcome to issue number 73. And this issue concerns the Leo rats, and as you can see on the caption prior to the video, those are the dates you have to be in this Western and Eastern combination. Okay, so as I've always mentioned, any messages, comments, etc., just drop me a line on here or on my email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I did have some really good feedback from a Corhine 77 about doing forecasts for the upcoming year, and yes, I will be doing that, and please keep a lookout for those as well. Okay, let's get straight on to business then with the Leo rats. What are we going to expect with this combination? Well, we've got the regal, powerful Leo. Is a very sort of magnanimous and strong child, very regal in the very early days. You notice even when they're at school they have this sort of approach. It's not exactly arrogant, but it's a sort of a very confident and very strong, and they command respect. Along with the rats, well, the rat being very playful, very knowledgeable, wants to be involved, likes a bit the limelight as well, which the Leo does to a certain extent. This really is a bit of a show girl or showman, you know, in the making. They really are sort of Jack in the Box, really good fun, and they will have loads and loads of friends. It'll be really difficult to dislike this child, because they tend to have everybody laughing, and they laugh along with everyone. They love team sports. They love to play for the school team or the college team. You know, they really love it, and they get in there and they have some, you know, some of their best times are recreational times with their teammates, where they go out on the town together, or they go, you know, they go visiting different places together as a team. They absolutely adore this. They really look back at these sort of times with a lot of sentiment and a lot of yearning for the old days, and that's what you tend to find as this, you know, this combination works through the college years, the university years. They're going to be extra bright, and you know, it's just for the want of, you know, the rat needs to accumulate. They know the importance. They love to accumulate not just money. They love to accumulate possessions. They love to accumulate security at the end of the day, because they know these items, they're going to get the security they want. It's quite possible that the rat may not leave home until 30, 35. I mean, but they have their own world, where they have, you know, they won't want for any money. They won't want for the latest electronical equipment, going on holidays. You know, there won't be a problem. So they have security in mind. That's why they seem to be first in the queue, first to watch the new fads that are coming along, the new crazes. They want to be involved, they want to be part of the action, and it's because they're so energetic and they're so sort of like, you know, I'm getting there and I don't care who's in my way. But they're not vicious in the sense of they're not like maybe the Capricorn, you know, Capricorn rat, who is a little bit more isolated and a little bit more calculating on how they get there. They will want to have friends there. They do like to share in the fun, in their wealth, in their, you know, in their times. They will like to go on, you know, holidays with groups, and be a part of it. They love that feeling of, you know, hey, we're having a, you know, all together. They'll be loving photographs of these times, and really just special memories. And what we tend to find is they're going through, okay, we've said about the rat maybe being slightly promiscuous in the very early days, that is, and I'm talking the very early days, like around the 16, 17, 18-year-old years. They can be a little bit, you know, experimental, shall we say, but they do yearn for that true love. The Leo does as well. The Leo is not promiscuous, even though they can, you know, attract the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever way they're falling, very easily, because they're respected so quickly, and they're very, you know, revered they don't tend to look at that as a weapon, or want to have just basically sexual one-night stands. So they're not interested in that. And so I would feel that this would keep the rat safer from that slight, maybe promiscuous time in that 17, 18, 19-year-old bracket. I can see that not happening so much. In fact, if at all, they will wait for the right one to come along. But when they do come along, they're going to have the same standing, the same, accruing of wealth and of ideas, of wanting to travel, wanting to, receive the world, as it were, really getting amongst it, because, that's what the rat loves to do, and that's what the Leo loves to do. So this is really, really all encompassing for them, and if they feel as though their luck isn't in, or they're at a place where they're not getting appreciated, they're gone, they've been making it happen, and they're very hard not to notice. They'll be up in the manager's face going, hey, I can do what he's doing, I could do it better. They don't mind telling you, they don't mind showing you, and they will work long and hard for that. They have no problems with this, but you will have to reward them, and you have to reward them well, and they will only wait until the right opportunity to then branch out. Security conscience here we have. Security conscious rat loves the home, loves having the surroundings of their possessions around them. So they're not going to just go out on a limb. And I mean, the Leo does like a little bit of a risk, maybe in a gambling sense, but they are not going to go out on a limb when they have all that they need, that they've occurred themselves. Someone's going to have to come into their life who can equal it, or if in fact not better it. They're not going to be a free ticket wife for anyone, even though they have a very generous fee. So if we look at this going down, where are the faults with this great combination? Well, as I said, alluded to previously, they can be quite sentimental. They can look back to the past a bit. They can look back to, what about that time when I did that and I did this, and they can get a little bit melancholy even. And it sort of contradicts what they're about, because they will have moments of being quiet or shutting themselves away where, you can only conclude that that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, harking back to the younger days, or when they was with playing sports and they was with this team, because we all have to age. It's just nature. We can't carry on playing these sports forever or being involved in these team things. My only sort of advice in that sense is change the sport. Play darts, join a pool team, move the goalposts, quiz teams, things like that, to still keep that bond of togetherness. It's just a different part of life, and it's just nature, it's just natural. So just move with that. If you're feeling a little bit like that Leo rat split, you're feeling a bit sentimental, and harking back to the days. Sometimes rats and Leos especially can cling to great aunties, uncles, grandparents. They get very hurt by losses to these people, but it's nature. It happens, sadly it happens, but it's got to, and there's new things to find. Always remember that. The rats are brilliant at finding new things. Just follow your nose, follow that sense, and then the Leo, the big heart of the Leo, just keep pushing on, and find different circles, different activities, bridge, as I said, quizzes, pool team, dart team, I don't know, whatever you feel like. There's always something out there where there is a real nice community. You need the community, to go out and just, let yourself be yourself and be your, gregarious and talkative and sort of loving character. Just get out there and do it. Okay, if we look at what would be a fantastic match for this combo, well, somebody's got to bring stuff to the table, which we know, we've talked about, so we've got to go for a dragon here. Dragons are immense at procuring wealth. We know that. They're fantastic in whatever field they choose, and they will be very respectful of what the rat has gained for themselves, and they will appreciate somebody who's gone out there off their own back and gone and got that. They will really like that. And the dragon, if you get the dragon's respect, that's a wonderful thing. And the rat will listen to the dragon. You know, the dragon needs to be listened to, and they will be there. They'll be all ears, and they're a very, very attentive lover as well, which the dragon will appreciate. And so we've got to stick with the dragon, and we're going to go for the Libran dragon, the Sagittarius dragon, the Aries dragon, and the Gemini dragon. All fantastic matches. Also, let's look at the monkey family, because the monkeys will really help in the sense of new ideas and fresh ideas. Monkeys love that change in the idea stakes, whereas the rat wants the security, but they love new ideas going on. They love that. But the monkey will have that little bit of energy. They work hard, and they have that energy to say, come on, let's go for it. Sometimes the over security conscious rat needs that a little, but they will also bounce off each other mentally so well. So there won't be no sort of disrespect floating about with these. They will be able to talk into the small hours and really have a deep affection for each other in a respectful way, you know, and that's going to be key. That's going to be key, okay, in the love-making stakes, as we said with the monkey. They're a little bit light in that sense, but the rat, you know, they will be attentive, and they can unlock the doors. They can unlock the doors of that monkey and get that fire stoken up. They can do that. Okay, so let's look at the monkey matches of the Libra, of the Sagittarian, of the Aries, and of the Gemini. All wonderful and strong matches. And also with rats, you can try other rats, because, you know, in them western sections, you know, rats run with rats very, very well, and they get each other. So that's not a bad mix at all either. If we look for the ones to avoid, well, we have to avoid horses. Okay, the horse, in its brilliance and its intelligence, will be at first very, very eye-catching, but the horse is unpredictable and will not like the regimentation that may surround it. So therefore, it's going to be a very conflicting conveyor belt of emotions, which is not going to really sit with the rat. It will make the rat hyper nervous and hyper anxious as well. And plus, the horse may kick out by thinking, you haven't got the guts to try this, or you don't want to do that. If you really had faith in me. And then the horse can go into selfish mode, which will really hurt the rat deeply. So we don't want that to happen, so we avoid that at all costs. With the Leo rat, okay, Leos we know can have problems with the hearts. Yes, the rat really does need to, you know, keep as active as possible, which they will do. Like this combination will do, you know. So the heart isn't a problem with these. It may be the joints, the knee joints, and things like that, where there's been too much sport activity. There's been playing, you know, too consistently, or being a runner and running too often, and just doing a bit too much. So be careful of them joints, and I can see this wonderful combination only going on to great things. Thank you very much for joining me, and please join me for the next one.